Hey everyone, and welcome back to KenkoVibe. I'm Ethan Reed, stoked for today's deep dive.
And I'm Grace Morgan, ready to jump in.
So you're interested in testosterone, but not just the usual muscle building stuff, right?
Yeah,
You want to know about the benefits that we don't always hear, about the ones that impact everyone, not just those hitting the gym.
it's time to ditch that limited view of testosterone. It's so much more than just a male hormone.
For sure, it's more like a conductor leading an orchestra of vital processes throughout your body.
Great analogy. It's easy to think of testosterone as just libido and muscles, but it's actually involved in everything from bone strength to how sharp our minds are.
And don't forget about heart health. It's working behind the scenes, keeping everything running smoothly.
Exactly. And it's crucial for both men and women, even if the levels are different.
Let's start with what we usually hear about libido and sexual function.
Testosterone is essential for both men and women. It influences desire and arousal. But here's the thing. As we age, especially for men, those levels naturally begin to drop.
And that's where things can get a little tricky, right? Because that decline can impact everything from your energy to your mood.
Absolutely. It's not just in your head. There are real physiological changes happening. For men, this could look like a decrease in sexual desire and even issues with erections.
And there's more. Testosterone also has a direct impact on sperm quality and count. So for those thinking about starting a family, this hormone is a major player.
To get a little more technical here, testosterone is crucial for men at every single stage of reproduction. From the development of the male reproductive organs all the way to the production of healthy sperm, it's the driving force behind male fertility.
All right, let's shift gears for a minute and talk about the classic image of testosterone muscle growth.
Of course, it's the first thing everyone thinks of, and for good reason.
Right. But it's not magic, it's science. When you work out, you actually create tiny tears in your muscle fibers.
And here comes testosterone to the rescue. It helps those fibers repair and rebuild, leading to bigger, stronger muscles.
This is where it gets really interesting. Testosterone binds to specific receptors in muscle cells, and that triggers a process called protein synthesis. It's how our bodies use protein to build and repair tissue, essentially turning you into a muscle-building machine.
And if you thought testosterone was just about bulking up, guess what? It's a fantastic fat burner, too. It helps you build lean muscle mass, which is so important for a healthy metabolism and overall fitness.
Okay, are you ready for a surprise? Let's talk about bones. Most people don't connect testosterone with bone health, but it's incredibly important.
You're right. Strong bones aren't just about calcium. Studies have shown a clear link between lower testosterone levels and decreased bone density, making you more prone to fractures and things like osteoporosis.
And it's not just a concern for men. As women go through menopause and experience a natural decline in estrogen, their testosterone levels also drop, contributing to bone loss.
That's why it's so important to understand that testosterone actually stimulates bone production and helps your body absorb calcium. It's vital for building and maintaining strong bones throughout life.
It's amazing to think that something like transitioning from female to male, which involves hormone therapy, can lead to increased bone density. It really highlights how powerful testosterone is in shaping our skeletal structure.
Are you ready to explore how testosterone affects your brain power?
I'm all in. I think this is where people might be really surprised. It's not just about physical strength, and libido testosterone plays a significant role in cognitive function too.
There's this idea that testosterone is all brawn and no brains, but research is proving that wrong.
For instance, studies suggest a connection between higher testosterone levels and a lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease.
Oh, that's a big deal. And it's not just about preventing serious conditions. Testosterone also impacts our everyday brain function, affecting things like memory processing speed and even how quickly we learn new things.
And let's not forget about mood. It can have a big impact on self-esteem, confidence, and even motivation, helping you feel sharper and more on top of your game.
It makes sense when you think about it. We know that low testosterone is linked to fatigue, irritability, and even depression. Maintaining healthy levels is a way to support your mental and emotional health, too.
It's a domino effect. Healthy testosterone leads to a cascade of benefits for both your mind and body.
Speaking of benefits, ready to learn about another area where testosterone plays a crucial role?
Play it on me. I'm all ears.
Okay, get ready, because we're going to talk about testosterone and your heart.
Really, I never would have guessed there was a connection.
There is. Testosterone is key for a healthy cardiovascular system. It helps produce red blood cells, which are in charge of carrying oxygen throughout your body, making sure your heart and other organs are getting what they need.
That makes sense. What about blood flow? Does testosterone affect that too?
Absolutely. It helps to dilate those blood vessels, improving circulation and making sure blood can easily flow to every part of your body.
So better blood flow, more oxygen, and a healthier heart. That's incredible.
It is. In fact, studies show that men who go through testosterone therapy for hypergonadism, which is when the body isn't producing enough testosterone, often see big improvements in their cardiovascular health.
Wow. I actually came across a statistic that blew my mind. A large population study found that men with normal testosterone levels had a 24% lower risk of heart attack and a 36% lower risk of stroke.
Those are some serious numbers. It really emphasizes how important it is to maintain healthy testosterone levels for our overall well-being.
I'm starting to think we should rename this podcast The Testosterone Files.
Huh. Maybe we're on to something.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I think it's important to clarify something for our listener. We've been talking a lot about men, but we can't forget that women produce testosterone too, just in smaller amounts.
You got it. And it plays a vital role in their overall health as well.
So whether you're male or female, understanding the powers testosterone and how it impacts your body is crucial for living a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life.
I couldn't agree more.
But wait, there's more. There's another side to this story, and we need to talk about it.
You mean the potential downsides?
Exactly. Like anything powerful, too much testosterone can have its drawbacks. We'll dive into all of that in just a bit. Stay with us.
All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. Too much testosterone. It's like they say, too much of a good thing can be bad. And that's true here.
For sure. When those levels are too high, it can cause some not-so-fun side effects. We're not just talking about turning into the Incredible Hulk or anything.
Though that would be interesting. But seriously, elevated testosterone can lead to things like acne, hair loss, and even increased aggression.
And we can't forget about the risks that come with testosterone supplementation.
Yeah.
It's become more popular, especially as people learn more about the hormone's benefits.
Right. While testosterone therapy can be amazing for people with clinically low levels, it's not a solution for everyone. It's crucial to talk to a doctor to figure out if it's right and safe for you.
Absolutely. It's not something to mess around with. There are potential risks like prostate enlargement, sleep apnea, and even a higher risk of blood clots.
Exactly. Finding that sweet spot, the optimal level for your body, is key. It's about getting the benefits without those negative consequences.
That makes me wonder, how can we naturally support healthy testosterone levels as we age? Because let's be real, none of us are getting any younger.
That's where lifestyle comes in. The good news is we can do a lot to naturally boost testosterone without supplements or medical interventions.
Okay, I'm all ears. What can we do to keep those testosterone levels in check?
Well, regular exercise is super important, especially strength training.
Yeah.
Hitting those weights or doing bodyweight exercises tells your body to produce more testosterone.
Makes sense, since it's so involved in muscle growth and repair. But what about people who aren't gym rats?
No worries. Any kind of physical activity is helpful. Even moderate exercise, like a brisk walk, swimming, or dancing, can make a difference.
So get moving. It's not just about exercise, though. Sleep is also crucial for hormone balance.
Oh, sleep. It's the foundation of good health. When we don't get enough sleep, our bodies produce less testosterone, and that throws things off.
Everything in our bodies is connected, isn't it? Sleep affects hormones. Hormones affect mood. Mood affects, well, everything.
You got it. And speaking of being connected, chronic stress can really mess with hormone levels, including testosterone.
That's because when we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol, the fight or flight hormone. Cortisol is important in short bursts, but constantly high levels can actually suppress testosterone production.
So finding healthy ways to manage stress is key. Things like meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, or whatever helps you relax and de-stress.
And we can't forget about food. A balanced diet full of protein, healthy fats, and those essential vitamins and minerals is like giving your body the tools it needs for hormone production.
You know, there are even specific foods that are really good for testosterone, like fatty fish, which are packed with omega-3s, nuts and seeds, and leafy green vegetables.
It's wild how those small, everyday choices can have such a big impact on our hormone balance and overall health.
It is empowering knowing that we have some control over our testosterone levels and can take steps to support our well-being as we age.
We've definitely covered a lot of ground here. We talked about the amazing benefits of testosterone, the downsides of having too much, and even ways to naturally support healthy levels. But what does all this mean for our listener? Why should they care about this hormone and all its different sides?
That's the big question, isn't it? I think it comes down to this testosterone is a crucial part of a healthy and vibrant life for both men and women. It's not just about muscles or libido, it affects our energy, our mood, how sharp our minds are, and even the health of our hearts.
It really is this invisible force impacting so many parts of our well-being.
For sure. By understanding testosterone's role and the things that can affect it, we can make smarter choices to support our health and how long we live.
It's about being proactive, embracing a healthy lifestyle, and not being afraid to talk to a doctor when you need to.
And knowing the signs of low testosterone so we can address any concerns early on. It's all about taking control of our health and using knowledge to empower ourselves.
Knowledge is power. Speaking of knowledge, there's one more interesting aspect of testosterone we haven't talked about yet. It's a little outside the typical discussions about muscle mass and libido, but I think it's worth thinking about.
Ooh, I love a good mystery. What is it?
Well, we've talked about the physical and mental benefits, but what about the social impact?
That's a really interesting point. Tell me more.
Think about it. Testosterone is often linked with things like confidence, assertiveness, and even leadership qualities. Could having good testosterone levels potentially make our social skills better and improve our relationships?
That's a fascinating thought. It makes you wonder if there's a connection between healthy testosterone levels and feeling more at ease in social settings, being more assertive when we express ourselves, and even building stronger relationships.
Definitely something to think about. While there may not be solid research on this yet, it's a thought-provoking idea that could lead to some exciting new discoveries down the road.
I love how this deep dive has opened up so many areas to explore. It reminds us that there's always more to learn and that even something we think we know well, like testosterone, can still surprise us.
I agree. And those surprises might just lead to a healthier, happier, and more connected life. As we wrap up this deep dive into testosterone, I'm curious, what are your biggest takeaways? What's really sticking with you?
I think the most important thing is realizing that testosterone is about so much more than just muscles or being masculine.
Absolutely. It's essential for both men and women when it comes to overall health and feeling good.
And it's crazy how it impacts everything from our energy levels and mood to even bone density and heart health.
It's like this secret weapon we all have, but we don't always realize how powerful it is.
And the coolest part, we can actually influence our testosterone levels by the choices we make every day.
I agree. Whether it's hitting the gym, making sure we get enough sleep, managing stress, or eating the right foods, those small things can really add up.
It's all about being proactive about our well-being and knowing that even as we get older, we don't have to just accept a decline in testosterone.
Exactly. We can make choices to support healthy levels, and that can lead to a more vibrant and fulfilling life.
Of course, if you're ever concerned about your testosterone levels, talking to a doctor is always a good idea.
For sure. They can give you personalized advice and help you figure out the best plan for you.
Well, I think we covered a lot today. We debunked some myths, uncovered some surprising facts, and hopefully empowered our listener to take charge of their testosterone health.
I think this deep dive was a huge success. Who knows? Maybe this is just the start of your testosterone journey.
There's always more to learn, right? Maybe our listener will inspire us with new questions for our next deep dive.
I'm always up for a challenge.
Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay well.
And that's a wrap, folks. You've been listening to the KenkoVibe podcast with me, Ethan Reed.
And Grace Morgan.
We're so glad you joined us for this deep dive into the world of testosterone. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share it with anyone who might find it helpful.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive on a topic you care about.
See you then.